is up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? This is Addicted to Knives, and got a little knife here for you. This is CJRB. It's actually made by Swayback. It is CJRB Maliah. More Maliah, to be exact, because it's more than the regular Maliah. Didn't. Sorry, had to do that. I amused myself. I'm sorry. So this is a pretty cool design. This is originally this was I forget the exact dimensions of the smaller one, but it was pretty small. It was to the point where it did not feel comfortable in my hand. Like this one, you can at least get 4-finger grip on the back. With the original one, you literally were like 2 fingers. I want to say it was about possibly 2, maybe 2.5-inch blade. I think it might have been even smaller. It could have been. I think overall maybe it was like 5.5. 6 at tops inch overall, but I'll put that, I'll either put that up on the screen or down in the link for the original one. But this is the more Maliah, and it's got what is their steel? ARPM9, right? ARPR or RPM9, ARRPM9. Let's wipe some of that off a little bit. Here, I'll put that up in case my stupidity is, rubbing off on people that can't remember Okay, so this is a freaking banger of a knife. This thing is, it's a beast. So I don't really use my knives too much. I don't go chopping trees down, and I don't, I just use them like how a lot of people do. I'm not gonna say everybody, because some people actually use their knives to their work, whatever they do for work or whatever. They use them, or they go out on the weekends, or go out hunting or something. But skinning animals and shit, But I cut the occasional box open. I cut labels out. I cut tape. Stuff that everyday EDC stuff. But I think it was a few days after the last big snowstorm that I live near in the Philadelphia area, in Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia. And we got, it wasn't that big. It was a little bit of snow, but I was stupid enough to venture out in that snow when I probably didn't have to. I could have took the day off, but I ended up driving all the way into the city, which was a good hour and 40 minutes, hour and a half. And when I got back to my house, later that day, I heard some type of scraping or some type of noise on my right front, around that right front tire area in my car. So I looked underneath. It was actually, the plastic part of the going, underneath the wheel well, the protector or plastic, whatever that is. So the clips must have broke off, and it was, hitting up against the tire, and it was, it ended up deforming it a little bit. So there wasn't any way that I could clip it back in. The clips weren't, the spot where the clip was supposed to go was completely, I guess, burnt off from, the friction. So I was able to rig it up to where it was fine for the next couple of days, but a day or two after that, I was driving on the highway again, and it must have fell off how I had it. It fell out, and ended up doing the same thing. Well, when I got to my destination, after going, slow or whatever, I ended up having this little bad boy right here, and I ended up just saying screw it, and I didn't think it was going to work, but I ended up cutting about a good big portion. It's probably about this size, maybe a little bit bigger, about the size of this mat, of thick plastic. I'm talking about, it was pretty thick. It was basically as thick as this knife, maybe a little thicker, maybe like that thick. And this thing cut through it like butter, like a hot knife through butter. It literally sliced, and it didn't really. I'm actually really shocked. I mean, it was plastic. It's not like it was metal or anything, but it didn't do any damage. I was actually shocked. Let me see. Let's get a piece of paper, because I have not stropped it or anything. I haven't done anything to it since. And I bet you this thing will cut paper perfectly fine. Watch, I'll eat my words now. But oh nope, see, from the tip all the way down, perfect. Maybe a little bit at the tip. Maybe, I don't know. That might have been just me. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. This thing is. So this steel, their proprietary steel, the AR RPM 9 or whatever it is, 2 thumbs up. This stuff, it took a wicked edge from the factory, whatever they put on it, but for holding up with even that, like, I've had some pretty high-end steel get chipped up and get dull from less than that, from cutting a couple boxes, let alone cutting thick plastic. Like, this stuff was thick. Like, it was having a hard time bending it out just so I can cut it. And it went through the clips too, so I definitely think this is definitely a top budget knife of this year. Budget knife. No, it's definitely a top budget knife of this year, I would have to say. Action is pretty killer. It's a couple shakes, but it's smooth. There's no play, none. No lock rock, nothing. Ergos. I mean, back here, you can get shit done back here, but I mean, I don't see the reason why you would. But with this is comfortable right here, man. And that was another thing. Like, I cut through that, cut through the plastic with like butter, and it felt so good. It felt actually like good going through it. No hot spots or nothing. So I gotta give it to it. The jimping right here was effective. It's not too hardcore, so it didn't hurt. And it was also bitter cold. Like, I'm talking about, it was bitter cold. So my hands were like freaking so numb when I did it. And this thing, it definitely was a lifesaver for sure. Front flipper, the action, amazing. It does have a big front pecker or front flip pecker or whatever, front flipper, but it's easy to deploy. I'm kind of like half on half on the front flippers. I like them, but I'm not everybody always says they're not the greatest, but I'm okay. I can open them, but they're not. I don't know. Some of them aren't too fun for me to open. This one, as I'm failing it right there, those two fails. It's pretty easy to open. Like a lot of times, you gotta reposition or you gotta do something different to open it. This one, it's not. It's no different. Let's see if I can get it on my left. Yep. I'm horrible with, I could flick, I could do everything with my left hand. But front flip, it's not, it's kind of hard. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just that action of flicking with my thumb is just does not want to do it. Oop. Drop C's. So yeah, this is definitely a winner in my book. I gotta say, I'm happy that they ended up enlarging this. Gotta give it out to Swags for this design. She killed it. She probably should have came out with it this size originally. I know she's a female, and hey, I can't say, from what I'm about to say, I'm a male, but I'm small, so I don't got huge hands, but I know, a lot of females don't have, the biggest hands. That might have been a factor. I can't tell. I didn't talk to her or anything, so I don't know, but I guess it's just my own assumptions. Especially with a few of the other knives that she has produced. Let's see if I can get one of them out. I have one of them, I think, if I can find it. Let's see where it is. Here it is. So we have another one here from her. This is a Kaiser. This is if you see right there, Swags. See, this is actually I think it's called this. Yeah, it's called the Swayback. It's obviously a Swayback, but it's button lock, and even this is kind of on the smaller end. It's not huge, but it's not extremely tiny. Let's see. Yeah, they're about, I would say, about the same. Yeah, they're about the same, I would say. So, let's see, maybe it's... Yeah, they're about the same, so maybe she should have came out with it like this. But even the smaller design was killer too. I'm not going to say, I'm not knocking it at all. It was definitely a popular knife. It definitely sold. It has a lot of variants, like a lot of sick variants too. But I like the G10. I hope they come out with different variants with this. I hope they come out with like micarta. It'll be killer in this. Freaking titanium scales. Ooh, doggy. That would be a sick. Whew. That would definitely be sick with this blade shape, which is another thing. Love the blade shape. I love it. What is that? It's not a sheep's foot or a Warncliffe. I forget, one or the other. It's either a sheepy or a sheep's foot or a... Now I'm going to say fork clip. You know what I'm talking about. It's either one. I know one of them doesn't have a belly and the other one does, so I always get mixed up with them. But I love those. Those are my favorite blade shapes. Definitely just the utility factor, and from what I like to do, it's just a good blade shape in my opinion for what I do. I don't have to the point's not too far, so to get draw, like what are they called? Not draw cuts. utility cuts in, which is actually a really nice. You put your finger here, you put your finger there, like that, and you get some killer pressure, like killer pressure. Like, it's such a weird way to, like, I mean, I guess it's not weird way to hold it, but it's just like perfect to get, like, oh my god, you can really bear down on this. Like, now this is my second video, I think it is, on this, and I'm making this video again because of what happened with me using it, and I just wanted to, you know, make another video after me using it for a while. I think the other one might have been an overview, not a review. So I guess I'll put this as an actual review. It's held up really nice. I mean, I haven't had it for too long. The G10, it's nice. It's not anything. It's good G10, and you know, it's CJRB has pretty good, you know, G10 and materials and stuff like that. I do wish it was in my Carta. I mean, titanium is pushing it, which I wouldn't doubt it. I would love to see some titanium scales, if not on this, just with paired with the RPM 9. That would be some sick stuff. I like this steel. It takes a good satin, and it's just a good all-around steel, for my opinion. You know, just like 14C 28N, like I definitely put it in that type of category, which is one of my favorite steels. Honestly, sometimes I would take that over the higher end steels, just because they're a lot of money, and you could possibly get more for your buck. You know, more bang for your buck with the 14C 28N, in my opinion. You can make, you know, a full titanium scale knife with, you know, a 14C 28N blade, which is going to have comparable edge retention to a lot of steels, especially if it's heat treated correctly, which doesn't seem like it's too hard to heat treat, because I don't personally haven't had really a horrible 14C 28N blade, which honestly I haven't really heard anybody complain about any of the 14C they've had. So which that's something for me to actually look up. If anybody's had problems with 14C 28N, put it in the description, or put it in the description, put it in the chat. So I would love to know. Excuse me, guys. So sorry about the squeaking. It's my horrible chair. It seems like everybody's having problems with chairs recently. So I mean, back to the knife. It's just a good solid knife. It really is. I recommend it, up and down, left and right. They better keep going with this, with different iterations and stuff, just like they did with the regular Maliah, because they will kill it. It'll, you know, it's breathing a whole new life back into the Maliah design. I definitely, you know, have to say that. So honestly, I'm not sure if this is still available. I would imagine it would be. If so, I'll put it in the description. They'd be kind of stupid if they didn't, if it was only like a short-term run, because these would definitely sell out for sure. They would constantly have to. They should definitely keep this running. Yeah, this is definitely a go-to if anybody like asks, hey, what is a good budget knife? What's a good budget knife? That this right here, the more Maliah, 100%. Action is good. Even if someone doesn't know, like, isn't good with front flippers, it is, you know, you can always slow roll it, and it's really easy to slow roll, like really simple. It's actually kind of satisfying to slow roll too, because it's got a good click to it. Let me put it up to the microphone. It's got a good click to it. Even the detent, that click, it's got a good detent too. So they definitely killed it. There's really not much more I could say about it other than I recommend it up and down, left and right. Go get it. Go try it. Go borrow it from someone if if it is out and you can't get it. And if it is out and they're not making it, yo, CGRB, make some more of these bad boys, because this thing is a beast. Make some different iterations too. Yo, this would be sick in a hollow grind. Can you imagine that? This thing in a hollow grind, even though it's slicey as a mother, this thing's already slicey, but this with the hollow, ooh, thing would be insane with a hollow grind. Oh god, that's still sharp. Alright, everybody, it's enough of my ADHD going all over the place. So hope everybody has a great and amazing night. Be safe out there in this crazy freaking world. I don't know what the hell's going on in this place. Yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you haven't already. Everybody, peace out. Love you guys.